The war in the Middle East has just thrown a massive wrench into the modernization of the Philippines military, opening a surprise window for Japan to unleash its Type 16 maneuver combat vehicle. In 2020, Manila signed a 9.4 billion peso contract with Elbit Systems of Israel for 28 Sabrah light tanks. But fast forward to the middle of 2026, and the Philippine Army has received only 9 units. The remaining 19 tanks are trapped indefinitely in Israeli production lines due to urgent domestic conflicts. This logistical nightmare leaves the armed forces of the Philippines dangerously exposed, with a critical armor deficit at a time when territorial tensions are at an all-time high. On paper, their only tactical salvation would be an immediate, highly mobile firepower alternative. Recognizing this desperation, Tokyo made a historic move. In May 2026, during the Balikatan 41 joint military exercises, the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force deployed the Type 16 maneuver combat vehicle to the sand dunes of Layag, placing it directly into the hands of the Pambato Armor Division of the Philippines. This marks the first time since the Second World War that Japan has sent heavy combat vehicles abroad for practical evaluation. Leading global defense analysts argue that Tokyo is actively exploiting this defense vacuum to challenge Israeli market dominance. Could this sleek, 26-ton wheeled platform completely derail the original Israeli contract and rewrite the defense landscape of the Indo-Pacific? Before we go on, do you think Manila should abandon the delayed Israeli contract and bet everything on Japanese armor? Subscribe now to stay ahead of the game and tell me where you are watching from. To understand why the Type 16 maneuver combat vehicle is suddenly the perfect candidate for the Philippine tactical environment, we must look closely at 26 tons of strategic design. The Philippines is a vast archipelago comprising over 7,000 islands, and its rural infrastructure presents a logistical nightmare for traditional armored warfare. Most public bridges and provincial ferry docks carry strict weight limits of under 30 tons. Heavy Western main battle tanks are completely useless here, and even the tracked Sabrah light tank, which weighs between 30 and 35 tons, requires specialized heavy equipment transporters for long-distance road travel. The Type 16 maneuver combat vehicle completely bypasses these physical constraints. Its 8x8 wheeled configuration allows it to cruise at speeds exceeding 100 kilometers per hour on standard asphalt highways, moving under its own power directly from military bases to remote coastlines without any intermediate transport. On paper, this vehicle provides an ideal solution for the comprehensive archipelagic defense concept, a new military doctrine introduced by President Marcos in early 2026. Under this strategy, the Philippine Army is shifting away from internal counterinsurgency operations toward coastal defense, turning mobile armor into shoreline forts designed to deter hostile landing craft. The Type 16 maneuver combat vehicle packs a formidable punch that perfectly matches this mission, featuring a 105mm L-52 rifled gun manufactured by Japan Steel Works. This main armament is paired with a state-of-the-art digital fire control system inherited from the advanced Type 10 main battle tank, allowing the platform to achieve surgical accuracy even while moving at high speeds. For Philippine military planners seeking an immediate, deployable coastal defense asset, in mid-2026, the Japanese vehicle offers a ready-made solution that traditional tracked armor simply cannot match. However, Deploying a complex combat system outside its original operational theater often exposes serious technical vulnerabilities, and the Type 16 maneuver combat vehicle is no exception. During the field assessments in May 2026, at the Crow Valley Gunnery Range, two major blind spots emerged that could heavily impact its performance in the Philippine environment. The first issue is environmental. Mitsubishi engineered the Type 16 maneuver combat vehicle strictly for the temperate climate of Japan, meaning the domestic variant used by the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force does not feature a standard crew cabin air conditioning system. Instead, it relies on localized cooling specifically for sensitive electronic components. Operating a sealed steel enclosure in the sweltering tropical heat of the Philippines, where temperatures frequently soar to 39 and 40 degrees Celsius, with humidity exceeding 80%, represents an immediate physical hazard. Defense analysts point out that without expensive modifications to tropicalize the crew compartments, combat readiness will deteriorate rapidly due to crew exhaustion. The second tactical bottleneck is the reliance on manual loading. The Sabrah light tank from Israel incorporates an advanced auto-loader mechanism, allowing it to reduce its active crew size to 3 personnel while maintaining a consistent rate of fire. In stark contrast, the Type 16 maneuver combat vehicle utilizes a traditional manual loading system, requiring a 4-man crew that includes a dedicated human loader. In a high-intensity coastal defense engagement, the sustained rate of fire for the 105mm main gun depends entirely on the physical stamina and endurance of that single crew member. Under extreme tropical stress, human fatigue becomes a critical variable, meaning the vehicle might struggle to match the continuous firing capabilities offered by its automated Israeli competitor. Manila must now weigh these operational hurdles against the immediate availability of Japanese hardware. Despite these technical hurdles, Japan holds a decisive strategic card that Israel cannot match in mid-2026, which is the official security assistance framework. Tokyo is prepared to offer highly favorable financial terms and low-interest security loans, allowing Manila to acquire advanced hardware without depleting its immediate defense cash reserves. Looking ahead into the next 3 to 12 months, leading maritime security experts project a highly calculated move by the Philippine Army. Manila is unlikely to legally cancel the original 9.4 billion peso Israeli contract, as doing so would trigger severe diplomatic and financial penalties. Instead, the military will likely absorb the remaining 19 Sabrah light tanks whenever Elbit Systems manages to deliver them. However, all additional acquisition funds earmarked for the Horizon 3 modernization phase in late 2026 will likely shift toward a major new contract for between 36 and 60 Type 16 maneuver combat vehicles from Japan. The strategic implication extends far beyond a simple equipment substitution. The appearance of the Type 16 maneuver combat vehicle on Philippine soil signals a historic transformation in Indo-Pacific geopolitics. Japan is successfully utilizing the vulnerabilities of the global arms supply chain to normalize its own hard power projection and break its post-war defense export restrictions. By integrating Japanese armor into the Philippine defense architecture, Tokyo, Washington, and Manila are locking down the vital waterways of the first island chain, establishing a highly integrated, rapid reaction front against maritime encroachment. Ultimately, this procurement drama proves that in modern warfare, the most reliable weapon is not always the one with the best specifications, but the one backed by a secure supply chain and ironclad regional alliances. Do you believe that Japan will successfully replace traditional Western and Middle Eastern defense contractors to become the primary armor supplier for Southeast Asia? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.